All right, good morning, hello, whatever time of day it is, wherever you happen to be, whatever day it is, thank you for being here. We are going to begin our practice this morning, or today, standing. Standing. So get yourself standing. Once you are, spread your toes apart. I want you to feel your toes pressing into your mat. Spread them apart, and then press your heels also with equal energy as your toes, the balls of the feet, the outer edges of your feet, the insides of your feet, all around your heels, both of them. Feel everything as much as you can flattening down with the same amount of energy. And we'll just let those arms drop and we'll lengthen the spine. I invite you to close your eyes while you get grounded here, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose, let the shoulders drop. And just begin to scan your body from head to feet, from feet to head, and start to loosen up in places that might feel tense or stressed out, okay? So obviously that means the physical, but it also means the non-physical. Any parts of your brain that might be feeling tight right now, give yourself permission to relax any tightnesses, physical and non-physical tightnesses, with this breath. Shoulders drop, and yet the heart lifts, the chest opens. And we're going to be standing tall and strong for something. So while your eyes are closed and your feet are getting grounded into the earth, what is it that you stand for today? Soften the tight spots. Standing for something, not against something. Gandhi was once asked to join a protest against hatred. And Gandhi said he wouldn't do that, but when there was a protest for love, that he would show up. What is it that you stand for? Not against, for. And then turn your palms up. Feel the air on your palms as your arms extend up overhead. Go very, very slowly, very conscious of every bit of movement and every bit of your breath. Inhale up, maybe your palms will come to touch, and exhale, just float the arms back down again. Feel the atmosphere on your skin. Tune into the sensation of the moving arms, knowing that you stand for something. You know what you stand for. Imagine that. See yourself standing stronger and taller for that which you stand. Great. And you're grounded in that truth, connected to the earth. You're grounded to that truth of what you stand for. As you're observing the sensations in your arm, observing the sensations of the breath, observing the sensations of tension leaving your body, and that goodness, the thing that you stand for, coming in, that you're grounded in that, whether it's peace or self-love or compassion or tolerance or patience, whatever it is. Own it, honor it, breathe it in, and stand stronger and stronger in it with every breath. All the tensions leave your body as you stand strong. All of the tension leaves your mind as you stand strong in your power, in your belief, in your purpose here on this planet. The next time your arms come up, palms touching, leave them there. Get those arms a little straighter, a little stronger. Take a breath in here, lengthen from the bottoms of your feet to the very tip of the tallest fingers. And breathe out to one side. Stay here and breathe. Open your side body. Press that hip out more and more with every breath. This half moon pose. Getting more and more rounded in the side body. And this bottom arm, don't let it droop, please. Bring it up. Good job, good job. Stay with it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Remembering what it is that you stand strong for. Bringing yourself center, and then to the other side. The arms remain strong near your ears. But we're not tense about it. We're not stressing out about it. We're just breathing into our power. We're choosing what it is we stand strong for. And with every breath, we get stronger in that way. Inhaling center. Slowly swan dive down, as we did with the arms coming up overhead. Feel the energy of the air on your arms. Feel your positive energy as you come up. Your goodness, your strength, your power. Swan diving down, reverse swan dive up. The knees are a little bit soft. The core is very strong. Your physical core and also your mental, emotional, and spiritual core. Remain strong as you move slowly with the breath, with the movement, practicing self-awareness. Self-awareness through the body, all the little things that you're noticing. And in my opinion, more importantly, self-awareness of the thoughts and the feelings that arise as you move, as you breathe. And this is what we do in our yoga practice, and it's ideal to bring that into your everyday activities, aware of what you're thinking, aware of your body, aware of what it is that you stand strong for. The next time we go down, we're going to stay down. Take your time. There's no rush. Just come down and meet me whenever you get there. Let your hands rest somewhere, but we do want the legs straight, okay? So the hands may rest on your knees or on your thighs. I say straight, but not locked out knees, okay? Did you see the difference? Here's a straight leg and there's locked out knees. It's subtle, but it makes a huge difference in the health of your knee joints. So sliding the hands down, down, down. Draw the abdomen in. Wherever your hands go, if you have a block and you want to place a block under your hands, go ahead and do that. Take your time, aware of every breath, aware of every little bit of stuff that's going on in the knees, in the hips, in the back, in the shoulders, in your brain. Release. Release your shoulders. So your hands are resting somewhere. It'll make it easier to release your shoulders. They're resting lightly somewhere. Hey, and if you can, shake out your head. Shake out any mind chatter. Shake out stuff that you've been carrying on your back all week long. Yeah, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Nice work. Shake the brain a little bit. Those feet are still parallel with one another, either touching or hip width apart or somewhere in between. We're going to sit back in a chair pose. Sit back in a chair pose. Hands in prayer position. Keep your tailbone down. Lift your heart up and then tuck your hips under you just a little bit and you'll feel your lower back at a good opening there. Breathe. Chair pose. In your chair pose, still thinking and feeling strong. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually strong. Chair pose. And we'll stand up, sweep those arms up overhead, and move slowly, please. Move slowly. So in the slower movements, we become more self-aware. Exhale, forward bend, engage the abs, soften the knees. Drop head, neck, and shoulders. Move around gently and lovingly to release whatever it is you're noticing that needs to just be gone. Breathe it out. Bend those knees again. Return to your chair pose, tucking the pelvis under, lifting the heart but dropping the tailbone. And from here, a spinal twist. Breathe. If the elbow is not quite making it to the knee, just place your hands on the knee and use that for just a little bit of leverage to spin yourself around a little more. Excuse me. So wherever it is right for you for your spinal twist and chair pose, be there. But if you see that this knee and this hip start sliding back, encourage the knees and the hips to be more squared up with each other. And we're coming back to center. Stand yourself up slowly, please, slowly. Sweeping the arms up overhead again, slowly. aware of body and mind as you swan dive down. And in your awareness, if you notice something that you're ready to release when you get down here, imagine yourself releasing it. Physically release it. Do what you have to do to release it. Bend those knees once again. Return to your chair pose where the heart is up and the tailbone's tucked under. And we'll spinal twist to the other direction. Remembering you can just twist using your hands there, or you can get your elbow to the outside of that knee, and by all means you can certainly open up those arms too. But we're making sure the knees don't do some weird thing like this. Keep them right next to each other. Breathing in awareness, breathing out stuff. Back to center, up slowly. Maintain your self-awareness. Bring those arms up overhead. Ooh. Swan dive down. Very nice. And stay down here. Shaking, moving, alternating knee bends, alternating hip shifts. If your hands are on your knees. Beautiful. And then we're just going to walk ourselves out. Walk yourself out into a plank. Moving slowly. Anchoring your palms firmly, as we did with our feet, now so with the hands. Every finger, every knuckle, both palms, wrists, elbows and shoulders stacked up, not on an angle like this, but literally vertical. Engage your strong core. Breathe out into down dog. Slowly, please. Breathe in, high plank. Slowly. Continue with that, please. And then just notice what you notice as you move slowly through your high plank, breathing in, and your down dog, breathing out. Slowly. Increasing self-awareness. Take your time. Where can you stretch? Physically and maybe mentally, where can you stretch? Where can you release something that's bound, something that's tight, something that's tense? Physically and mentally. Where can you release? Let go. The old thought, the old belief, that old ache and pain in the calf and the knee and the hip and the shoulders. And the next time in high plank, hold it. Breathing in high plank. Rest those knees. Child's pose, very nice. Breathing in child's pose. And from all fours, we'll take a cat pose, breathing out, and a cow pose, breathing in. Moving a little slower for these in an effort to increase our self-awareness. Slowing the breath, slowing the movement, slowing the mind. See if you can make the next two even slower than the previous one. Slow the breath even more. Control the movement even more. Take it to the fullest inhale when you're in your cow. and the most complete exhale when you're in your cat. So much so that there's almost a small little pause at the end of your breath. At the end of the inhale, there's a little pause. At the end of the exhale, there's a little pause. Slowing the breath, slowing the movement, slowing down the mind. When you're ready, come to a flat spine, please, a flat back. Knees directly underneath the hips, palms directly underneath the shoulders. That's a good starting stance. One arm, opposite leg, and the core is very much engaged. See how slowly you can lower these limbs back to where they were. And see how much awareness you can keep on your core. And then plant these down and peel these up, lengthen those out, moving very slowly. There's a lot of reactivity in our culture. And we are calming the reactive mind and training the neurons in the brain to become more responsive. Core is engaged, the arm floats up, the spine lengthens, the brain calms down. The adrenals get to calm down. The cortisol gets to reduce. In the body, use the breath. And the next time you're down in all fours, let's just hold the cat stretch. Really work the tailbone under you. Separate those shoulder blades. Tuck the chin. Breathe into the back body. Open up all those vertebrae. And we'll drop the belly down, lifting chin and tailbone. From the pubic bone all the way to the chin. Breathe it open. Breathe the front body open. Your heart remains open. And then we're coming back to that position of flat back, tabletop back. Got it? Roll the toes under. You ready? This is core strength. So we want to make sure the spine is flat, not dipped, not rounded. So really pull the stomach up. So the toes are under, right? And then we're just going to pick the knees up literally a half an inch, no more, off the floor. Breathe. Lower it down. Breathe in, cow, nice and slow. Breathe out, cat, nice and slow. We're going to return to that flat back. Close the ribs, pull the belly button up. Hover your knees once again. Lower your knees back down. Take your right arm out. Take that left leg back. Draw the abdomen up. Now maybe you can reach for that foot. Maybe not, but try. Give it a go, moving in the direction of. If you're reaching that foot, lift the knee, lift the hip, lift the chin. Open the shoulder, open the chest, breathe. Release, but then activate your strong core to once again lower those limbs. Rolling those toes under, we're going to hover the knees once again, strengthening the core. Keep a flat back. Don't round it in either direction. Lower that. Taking the opposite arm out, the opposite leg back. Keep that core very much engaged, just as you did when your knees were hovering. That feeling that you got in your core when your knees were hovering is the same feeling you're doing now. Activate all those same muscles. If you're reaching your foot, start to lift and open and lengthen. And if you're not reaching the foot, you're still extending the arm back and bringing the foot towards the hand, even if they don't meet. Still move in that direction, okay? Breathe. Release that. Activate the core. Make sure you're using your core muscles to lower those limbs, and then come into a child's pose and be there. Just breathe there, release there. Get more grounded here. So if your mind perhaps began to wander out somewhere, other place, remember what it is that you stood strong for in the beginning when we first set ourselves grounded in that. So bring your awareness back to that. Perfect. And we're coming back up to all fours, roll the toes under, and into a down dog. Into a down dog, that little bit of a pelvic tilt. Closing those ribs. Oh yeah, it feels so great. Press the heels down, reach the tailbone up. Great stuff. Take your right foot to the ceiling, lift it up. The left heel goes down, reach the right foot up. The left heel drops, the right leg lifts, 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 and stretches. Play with it, open it. Make it bigger, make it longer, make it stronger. While you're here in this position, remind yourself what it is that you are standing strong for today. Keep that mind, keep that focus as you bring this right foot between your hands. Creep it up there if you need to, but ultimately the knee and the ankle get stacked. Stay in this high lunge, please. Feels good. Drop the hip down. Isn't that nice? Ah, yes, that's nice. Rest this hand next to it. So if it's your right foot, it's your left hand, and we're going to spinal twist here. You're welcome. Lift, open, and breathe while you drop the hip. Lift, open, and breathe while you drop the hips. And we'll bring this hand down and come back to a high plank. And now we'll come into a low plank, but move slowly, remember, with your awareness. Awareness of the body, awareness of the breath, awareness of what you're thinking. Peeling up into cobra, maintaining that deep inner awareness. Down dog, moving from your core. The left leg is going up. Reach it, stretch it while the right heel drops. Oh yeah. Feels great. Okay, so breathe into anything that feels tight. Go ahead and give that permission to relax. And we'll bring this foot up there between the hands. Dropping the knee downward. You could rest it on the floor if you wanted to, but spinal twist in the other direction. Drop the hip while you lift, open, and lengthen. Drop the hip while you reach and open. Isn't that fabulous? I love it. All right, nice job. Bring this hand down next to the foot, and we're coming back into a high plank on the inhale. But again, see how slowly and how much self-awareness you can maintain while moving. Symbolic of maintaining awareness in life while we're moving through our day, while we're moving through our work day, our family stuff, even driving. Maintaining awareness as you move. Breathing in, high plank. Breathing out, low plank. Breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, down dog. And we'll stay in down dog for a breath or two. Press the heels, close the ribs. Gaze towards your scooped out belly. And you can walk or jump those hands up to where your feet up to where your hands are. Or you could walk them or crawl. Very nice. Bring everything down. Roll those shoulders. So you know what it is you stand for. You know what it is, where it is in your body and your life, where you're gaining strength on any or every level. So focus on that. Gaze ahead. Imagine that you're seeing that visualization of you being in your power while you take your tree pose, whichever variation of tree pose you prefer. I'll show various ones. You select which one you want to do. But more important is keeping that vision alive in your mind's eye. Let that be your focus while you concentrate on your breathing. Stay here, standing in your power. Breathing out anything that is in conflict with your power. It might be a negative self-phrase, a talk that we say to ourselves, a word that's not empowering. So we get to change that. That's what's phenomenal about this life that we lead. We're in charge of our happiness. We're in charge of our pain. We have some power. These neurons in our brains were built to be rewired. So use your yoga practice today. I invite you to, for that purpose. Float this leg down. Stay strong using the core, your physical core, your non-physical core. But keep that vision alive. That's your focal point today when you're staring directly ahead. For me, I'm imagining it somewhat like a movie, like I'm watching a tiny little movie screen of my life as this empowered person. That's what I stand strong for today. Not getting involved in other people's dramas. I stand for that. Especially when it's family. Oh, you might see me fall over now. Keeping that vision alive. Empowerment in the face of adversity. Focusing on that, concentrating on that, aware of the thoughts around that, aware of where it might create stress in my body, thoughts of that. And even as we wobble, we remain focused on that. So nice. Mindfully bringing all the limbs down, coming back into the very beginning pose that we did at the beginning of class. Close your eyes. Make that vision even stronger. This is powerful work that we're doing. Most of the work of our lives gets done in our mind first. Keep picturing it. Notice what tensions creep up around it. Breathe out those tensions in a loving way. It's okay, it's okay. This is different, it's new, it's okay. Great work. Okay, so come to the front of your mat. Let's just go through some sun salutation things, some warrior, triangle, a lot of hip opening, knee strengthening stuff, but always keeping in mind that which you've set your intention for today. So mindfully inhale the arms up overhead. Consciously exhale, place those palms flat on the floor, bending your knees if you need to do that. Go ahead and do it. Walk or jump your legs back. High plank. Inhale as you do that. Low plank, breathing out. Cobra, breathing in. Down dog, breathing out. Right leg, inhale it up. Exhale it through between the hands. Inhale, set your back foot. Exhale, sink deeper into your stance. Inhale, peel yourself up into your warrior one. Exhale, float right back down. High plank, breathing in. Low plank, breathing out. Cobra on the inhale. Flowing through the movements, strong. Left leg goes up on an inhale. Between the hands on the exhale. Drop and set that back foot. Good, breathing in. Whoops, set it. That's good. Inhale up. You're awesome. Exhale down. High plank on your inhale. Low plank breathing out. Cobra breathing in. Down dog. Fluid motions. Not rushing. The leg goes up. Breathing in. Forward and through. Breathing out. Inhale. Set that back foot. Exhale. Sink into it. Come up into warrior two this time. Stay here in warrior two. Drop a little deeper. Stretch a little more. Lengthen the spine a little more. Engage your core a little more. left arm and hip forward, back to warrior one on an inhale. All the way down on an exhale, high plank, breathing in. Low, breathe out. Cobra. Moving fluidly with the breath. Body and mind connected, left leg goes up, inhaling. Between the hands, exhale. Set that foot, breathing in. Sink deeper into it, breathing out, lower those hips. Inhale, warrior one, and then right on into two. Good, stay here. Drop the hips, open. So what you stand for is what you're a warrior for. And what we do somewhere, we do everywhere. How we do something, it's how we do everything. So notice how you do this. Breathing in. Are you rushing? Are you judgmental? Breathing out. High plank on your inhale. Are you compassionate? Are you loving? Are you that way to yourself and to others? Are you empowered even in the face of adversity? Take that right leg up again. Between the hands, breathing out. Flatten out that back foot on an inhale. Just rise up and flatten it out. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good, and this time we're coming up from warrior one, warrior two, and then to triangle, just like that. We just kind of went through all of those starting positions. And we'll come into Trikanasana, into your triangle. I've got the right foot forward. And remember, your hand doesn't have to come all the way to the foot, maybe to the knee. But the left hip and the left shoulder are going to go back, and the stance gets a little narrow and wobbly. And that's okay. Triangle. Your feet, the bottom points of the triangle. This hand up here, the one reaching up to the heavens, the top part of your triangle. Now create more space between those 3 points, however you do it. It might be lengthening the spine, it might be reaching the arms, it might be pulling up through those inner thighs. If you're reaching your big toe, pull it up. Get a nice stretch in the bottom of the foot there. And we're going to bend that front knee, pivot around, come back into that warrior one on an inhale. All the way down on an exhale. Nice work. High plank, breathing in. Good job. Low plank, breathing out. Inhale up. Down dog on your exhale, moving through your strong core. The left leg is going up on an inhale, between the hands on the exhale. Flatten out that foot as you inhale. Sink deeper into it as you exhale. The arms go from warrior one to warrior two to straighten up that leg. Preparing for triangle. Good job. Take it out. Floating down wherever it is that you go, wherever it's right for you. But it's this top hip and this top shoulder that we're going to press back. Yeah, good. A little pelvic tilt. Breathe. Gazing forward, downward, or perhaps upward, whichever you prefer. But just keep working that right hip and right shoulder back, the hip and shoulder that are up top. So the ones underneath, tuck under a little bit. But obviously you're working within the capacity of your body. So this is where a block could come in handy, or to rest your hand on your knee. A little softness in those knees. Good. So we're going to bend that front knee, swing the arms around, the hip and the shoulder follow through. Warrior one, breathing in. Nice and slow, mindful of what's happening physically. Observing what's happening mentally, emotionally, spiritually. High plank on your inhale, low plank on your exhale. And then we'll go into child's pose for a moment. Breathe, release, rock, whatever you like. And from here we'll come up onto all fours, and we're going to press these hip bones forward. So, and that could be enough, just that little bit, to take your palms and press the hip bones forward. Breathe. Maybe you want to roll those toes under and shift your body weight back a little bit more. This will make your back muscles work more. You do not need to strain them. Please don't do that. Oh yeah, but let them strengthen. Maybe hold there for a breath or two. Give a little release for a breath or two. And then come back in. Tighten up that buttocks. Tighten up your hamstrings. Use that strong core that we've already been using. Activate it. Stay here and breathe. Maybe you can go all the way back and place your palms on your heels. Camel pose, just stay here, lifting, opening. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Even if you're here, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Even if you're here, squeeze the shoulder blades together. A lot of work being done there. Good, nice. Doesn't that feel great? Look how strong we are. And we'll return to child's pose for a nice back stretch. You could reach your fingers towards your feet this time, just for a little variation. Take the shoulders down from your ears. Great. Hands on all fours. Hold that cat stretch. Roll the toes under. Slowly, using the breath, downward facing dog. Nice. Walk or jump your feet into your hands, whatever you prefer. Soften those knees, tighten the core, roll yourself up slowly. As we prepare for eagle pose. So let's bring those two big toes to touch. Get your center centered. And take your right arm out, please. Extend your right arm out. We'll take that left arm under and get a good wrap here. Bring in the elbows down. Get back into almost a chair pose. Almost a chair pose. See how low you can go. Stay here. Drop the shoulders. Bring the elbows down. Shoulders down. Tailbone down. Nice. And then just roll up onto the ball of the foot of your left foot. Stay there. Shift the body weight into your right leg. Center of gravity low. Maybe come a little lower. While you pick this left leg up, cross it over the other, and maybe wrap it. Eagle pose. Gazing ahead, staring at something. But I also encourage you to visualize what it is you stand strong for. We're going to go from eagle pose right into dancer pose with the leg that's already up. Okay? Take your time. Keep that vision. Keep that vision. Find your dancer pose. Breathe. Keep visualizing what you stand for. Take your time, return back to center, moving mindfully with the breath, with the body. Close your eyes, similar to where we were when we first began class today. Reconnect with that vision. What you're grounded in. Great. Open the eyes, the left arm comes out right under it. Get that good wrap. And it's okay if it doesn't wrap, you know that. You can just be here. Or if it's here, okay? Find out where it's right for you. Over time, we become more flexible in our bodies and our minds. And in time, we become stronger, physically and non-physically. So dropping the tailbone, the elbows, the shoulders, getting a low center of gravity, breathing awareness. Peel the right foot so you're on the ball of the right foot. Get your left leg ready. Feel it, taking on the body weight. Then lift this knee up, wrap it around, and breathe. Eagle pose. The eagle is the bird that soars closest to Creator. What could you see through Creator's eyes? How would you view this life, this day, this world? Slowing down to be more responsive and less reactive. Finding your dancer pose on the other side. Keeping that vision alive. Find your edge where you're comfortably uncomfortable. Moving slowly with the body, slowly with the breath, maintaining your inner awareness, lowering things down, using the limbs, returning to where we began, eyes closed, connecting. Connecting with the earth, connecting with our vision, connecting with the breath. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a nice wide stance, shall we? Take a nice wide stance, parallel your feet the best you can. If you have a block and you want to bring that here, because we're going to bring our hands down to wherever it is that your hands might go. We are going to stay here, get a nice stretch. Press your tailbone back, please. Reach your tailbone back. So if your hands aren't making it to the floor, it could be that you just need to widen your legs more. Try that first and see if that happens for you. Or use a block. If your hands are too close that your head is hitting the floor, then you'll walk your feet in even more. But we're going to turn the hands and walk through those legs. So here's one. If your head is actually touching the floor, walk your feet in a little bit. Let the head drop and shake the head no a little. Shake it yes a little. Shake out those shoulders and stay here and then release. From your strong core, hinging forward at the hip, releasing. The lower back gets to open. Your stomach muscles hold it supported. And we're walking it in. And come on into your frog pose, please. Find the perfect width apart for your feet. And then drop your tailbone down between your feet. Heels are touching. And if they're not, that's okay. But it might be that you have to take a wider stance. That sometimes helps. So we're staying here with frog pose, lifting, opening, lengthen the spine, drop the tailbone more. And then, ever so subtly, tailbone tucks under. Feel the stomach muscles below the belly button making that happen. Connect to that point within. The sacral chakra. Activate it. The center for balancing masculine and femininity within all of us. Perfect. And from there, we're going to come on up. Lovely, lovely. Walk to the front of your mat, and we're going to inhale those arms up, breathing in. Yep, yep, yep. Exhale, swan dive down. Step or jump back into your high plank, and hold it, hold it. What is it that you are standing strong for today? Come into a side plank and bring that vision with you. You could always rest the bottom knee. You could rest both knees, but we're not dropping the hips down into this space. Lift up with exaltation. Yes, this is what I stand strong for. Staying empowered in the face of adversity. That's mine today. And with that same exaltation, to the other side, plank. Let's do it. Yes. And back to high plank. Rest your knees. Hands directly under your shoulders. I don't know about you, but I noticed that when I did that exaltation with my intention to remain empowered in the face of adversity, I felt stronger. I was like, I feel like I could hold this side plank forever when I let that be my focus. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my arm, oh, my hip, oh, my legs. But no, I took it out of the body and I went somewhere else. And for me, I felt stronger. I hope you did too. Okay, so how we did in the beginning, strengthening that core. Roll those toes under. Remember we did this? Hold this. Walk yourself back into a plank. And you can always come back to all fours and do it how we did before, but one arm, opposite leg from plank position with that visualization, that image, that thing you stand strong for. Switch sides. I hope you're getting a little more out of it using your visualization. Yes, I stand strong for this. This is what matters more than this pose. How we do something is how we do everything. Nice. Onto the belly for Sphinx Pose. Great job. Rock those hips just a little bit, get them set. And then start to press your hip bones into your mat while you lift your open, loving heart. Reaching toes and tailbone back. Smiling, bringing those corners of your mouth upward towards your ears. Happiness is indeed a choice. Absolutely. And what's fascinating is your brain doesn't know if you're faking it or not. So the endorphins that happiness creates within the body, those chemicals, those feel-good chemicals, they get created even if you're faking happiness. So smile even if you don't feel like it and choose happiness. Breathing in, shoulders down, smile. Make it one of those ridiculous ones. You could even laugh. Laughter yoga, that's another one. I know some of you have done that with me. Yes. And I find that my fake laughter eventually turns into real laughter. And both are good, so yeah. They all have health benefits. Fake it till you make it. So on that happy note, we're gonna go for bow. And since I'm thinking of happiness, why don't we just shoot happy arrows from our heart once we get into bow. So you might do your bow with one foot, you might choose both feet, you might choose just to do Sphinx or come into Cobra. They all strengthen the back and open the heart, so you choose. But smile, even laugh, even giggle, I don't care. Choose happiness here. Where can you open? Where can you let go of tightness? Where can you experience joy? Find it right now, make it happen. In the brain, in the body, on the breath. And we'll go on back into child's pose again. Press the tailbone back this time. Reach it back a little more if you can, and walk those hands out a little bit more if you can. Get a full stretch, almost like somebody has your wrists and they're pulling your arms in this direction, and someone else has your hips and they're pulling your hips back in that direction. So feel that dichotomous, energetic, opposite directions, equal energy. Make it equal energy. Press the tailbone back a little more to the wall behind you. Walk those hands out a little bit more to the wall in front of you. And then release tension between those 2 points, any tightness. That's great. Come on up, have a seat, sit cross-legged. Move the lower body around, the ribs. Just let some energy flow there. Ah, that's nice. Great stuff. Thanks for being here. You're awesome. I'm so proud of you for showing up today. Okay, so your right foot's in front, or your right foot is on top of the other, and if that is the case, put the ankle to the knee, and then put this knee to that ankle. Even if there's space here, it's okay. It's okay, and you can always tuck a blanket under there if you like. Let's leave it at that. Okay, and then if one of your butt cheeks is up off the ground, that's all right, it's okay. Encourage it downward even if it doesn't quite make it down. But we're going to just walk it forward a little bit. Don't come too far forward just yet. Stay here. Pressing both sit bones down gently, lovingly, as equal as you can get them. We're not gonna come all the way down. Instead, we're gonna just walk over to one side, and it doesn't matter because we're gonna do both sides. And take your time with that slow, responsive breath, with the responsive movements, not the reactive breath and the reactive movements. In yoga and in life, be mindful to respond and not knee-jerk react. Take the breath that it needs, the time that it takes to decrease the adrenaline, to connect with what's most important. What is it that you stand strong for today? in this life. So just walk yourself over. We're not going too far, like down forward, although you can, by all means, you certainly can. I'm looking to get more of a twist here with this today. Dropping the shoulders. And just as mindfully come back to center. Every inch of our journey is important. It's good to not rush past stuff. Okay, switch sides. Whether it's a physical experience or something that's happening mentally, emotionally, or spiritually to you in your life at this point in time, be with the process. Our culture is so quick to want to get out of our pain, and in so doing, I feel like we often miss the lesson that the pain offers us. Pain is our teacher. In yoga, we don't want to have physical pain. Comfortably uncomfortable, let me just, clarify that. But grief, sadness, frustration, these things are normal, natural experiences of the human condition. And they can offer us lessons, lifelong lessons, empowering lessons, uplifting, enlightenment even. So don't be so quick to take a pill or numb yourself out or whatever tactic you use. I've got a few of my own that I use, and I'm grateful for my yoga practice and for you being here and joining me today so that we get to be reminded, coming together as a community to remind ourselves the importance, the lessons, and to be with the process. So on to the other side, just taking your time. We're being with the process. If I've moved quicker than you want to, slow down. This is your journey. This is your practice. This is about you. Using that breath. Use the breath. Slowly, self-aware, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's a great place to be. We're going to come to lie on our backs, another great place to be. Yes, lying on your back. I want you to bring those heels close to the butt and pick your buttocks up. All right, so this is a back strengthener. Yes, let's have this back have enough time, ample time to actually strengthen. Don't rush. Don't rush the process. So stay here. Some of you may be able to bring those toes in more and hips up higher. Maybe walk the shoulders down from the ears, clasping these ankles. Comfortably uncomfortable, yes. Pain, no. And that's what's so great about being more and more aware and moving more slowly through life. This is how our yoga practice, this in particular, can transcend into our lives, our everyday lives. Moving slowly, aware of what's happening internally and externally. Not being reactive to jump into a particular situation because in the moment it seems so exciting. Be with the energy, be with the emotion, be responsive in life versus reactive. So as you see, I came down out of there, I'm moving those hips around. Take a little break for a moment. So, on with more back strengthening. However, you'll do what's right for you. It's always a back strengthener. Again, here or to where we just were, or a wheel. If your wheel is in your practice or you want to try to strengthen your back even more, this incorporates more upper back. You're going to come into almost that bridge position with the feet a little wider than your hip width apart. You're going to want to get your ponytail out of the way. Fingertips point towards your shoulders. And then just use your upper back strength to press yourself up. Breathing open and wheel. It's a back strengthener. Do not strain yourself. Breathe. Be with the process. Wherever you are, and that's where you're to be. Whenever you feel like it, bring yourself into a happy baby pose. This is beautiful for our adrenal glands and to calm the body, the nervous system very specifically. Breathing deep belly breaths. While you move a little bit from one side to the other, if you're not reaching your feet, that's fine. You know that. Your ankles, or even just behind your knees. Wherever you like. Easy, slow movements, slow breath. Mindful and aware. Remember what it is you set your intention for today. As you bring the bottoms of your feet together in prayer position, draw those heels towards the groin, send the knees away. Opening, breathing. So we're not just passively hanging out here. My strong arms are drawing my heels closer to the groin. My inner and my outer thighs are encouraging my knees to press farther and farther away from the midline of the body. My lower back is pressing. My pelvis is tucked under a little bit. I can notice my shoulders being drawn down because I have a nice firm grip on my feet. Opening the trapezius. It's so nice. Oh, yes. You're welcome. All right, bring the knees in, hug them, move them, do what you gotta do. Make it feel loving. Ah, yes, make it feel very loving. And then let's go ahead and plant those feet flat on the floor and drop them to one side and roll your head to the other. And if you can take your arms out in a T position, go for it. Ah, yes, press the knees, press the shoulders, press that ear. Feel everything just opening up and rejoicing. Ah, yes. Your hips are saying, thank you, yay. Your lower back, woohoo. All right, drop your knees to the other side. Roll your head away from those legs, pressing things down, letting things open. Really feel that. Breathing, oh, yeah. Great stuff. What a great gift we're doing for our bodies and for our minds. Let's bring one knee in and take that other leg and really reach it, stretch it, and switch sides. Good. Stretch the leg that's on the floor, that's flat, straight out. Reach it. And then we'll take both legs out. We'll take both palms up, similar to how we were when we started class, only we were vertical. So now you're horizontal. But with that same intention, bring that back to mind, that visualization. Make it like a movie, please. Make it like a movie in your head. Bring your awareness to your slow, peaceful breathing. The gentle and natural rising and falling of your abdomen with every sacred breath. Keep that vision alive. Watch it like a movie. I'm picturing myself remaining empowered in the face of adversity. Remaining empowered. Standing in my loving presence. Make your image very, very vivid. Use your imagination. Really see it. This is another important practice in rewiring our brains. We have to visualize it. There's nothing that's ever been created in the world, manifested, that wasn't imagined first. Imagine it first. And the more power and strength we give to that feeling, to that thought, to that new neural pathway, the more likely it will be to manifest physically. Hold that vibration. Hold that image. Stand in your truth. Stand in your power. Breathing in, breathing out. Stay lying on your back. Palms up, heart open. Keep that nice, strong visualization going. Maybe give it more color, give it more features. Like an artist, make it deeper, make it richer. Stay lying on your back. Keep that vision alive. Keep your focus. You know what you stand for. And your happiness is for your choosing. Remain in Shavasana as long as you need. Keep that vision alive for as long as you can. Stay with it. Remember what it is you stand for, and that your happiness is your choice. Peace, light, and love to all of you, my friends. Many blessings. Namaste and Sat Nam.